If you check out where is most naturally radioactive in the UK, 3 places come to mind. The first is Cornwall, the second is the Highlands and Islands of Scotland, and the third is South West Scotland. So what are we waiting for? Let's get hunting! So as this was my first time at Sandyhills, I decided to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and have a little recce from Portling Bay and Brandy Cove all the way up back to Sandyhills Bay. I even said hello to a dog walker.
So I'm here at the start of the journey. This is Portling Bay. So this is right at the sort of left of Sandyhills, or at the west of Sandyhills Bay. And this is where we sort of start our little adventure. So behind me you can see first of the structures. This is where all the sort of fun starts, with all the faults and everything. So all good stuff. So up here you should be able to see the green, so that's copper. So that's a good sign. That means that there is, where you find copper, lead, a good chance of finding uranium as well. And there's lots of these breccias, these little faults. See if I can show you one. Can you see that? Again, that's a good sign. So that's basically quartz with sort of other things in it. And I did find a bit with amethyst in it. I don't know if you can tell, but the purple there. So that's all good signs for finding what we need. It's a beautiful sunny day. Massive jellyfish, ginormous. I will not be treading on that. That's the end of Portland Bay there. You can see a couple of houses. I can't think of many better places to live, to be perfectly honest. So, in the cliff faces, there's loads of these little caves. It's like something off Alien. So confusingly, this is not the Needle's Eye. As I walk through here. This is not the Needle's Eye. There are technically 3 Needle's Eyes around here, which is obviously really, really confusing. It's caught me out. So that's not the Needle's Eye. I think it's marked on a couple of the Ordnance Survey maps as being a natural arch. So very exciting. But yeah, so that's not the Needle's Eye. So most of these rock formations and structures are at an angle. And it's clearly where these two, I don't want to say plates, but structures smacked into each other, and one's dragged the other down. So all the rock formations have this sort of almost like, I don't know, 25-degree angle pointing down. And that's because whatever's formed the layers in the first place, sediments or the volcanic stuff or whatever it is, has been dragged down. So these would be straight normally, these lines. So yeah. All good stuff. So there's another little cave structure there. Not sure if you can see it or not. It's flooded, so I won't be going in there. So I did not bring wellies. This is all quite interesting up here, actually. You can see all the minerals coming off the rocks, all the white stuff. I'd be quite interested to actually get closer to that, but you never know. It's mad up there. See the shearing? Ridiculous. So we're not far away from the Needle's Eye you'll probably get if you search for it on maps, Google Maps or whatever. And whilst it's beautiful, there's not really anything of interest for us at the Needle's Eye itself. It is, however, a wonderful thing to do to come for a picnic or something like that. I actually missed the Needle's Eye first time I came. Walked completely past it. Never even noticed it was there. Sort of sums everything up, really. There's more evidence of this shearing. Everything's pointing down, being dragged down. Forces of nature. Just spotted another example of this breccia type stuff. See these lines here? This is all really good signs. You know, I don't know if it's hydrothermals or something else, but this is a really good sign. It's on a lot of these rocks. All these sort of veins. You never know. One may contain uranium. So, we're approaching the Needle's Eye. I spy with mine eye. It's a good landmark, though, because there's lots of stuff to the left and to the right of this. Good for an explorer. But these landscapes are ridiculous. So I hope you can see it. The Needle's Eye. There's some more of that breccia type things, the lines. Crazy. So the reason you get those sort of lines is because when the rock melts, it doesn't all sort of reset as one. You get, you get certain things will solidify first because of melting points and other things. Under the Needle's Eye. I'm surprised there isn't something here. But what there is here, just close by, are little caves. And there the really interesting stuff happens. Me, my ugly mug, Needle's Eye number 1. I need to come up with a code name for these because, as I say, there's at least 3, and there's like 6 in Scotland. There's even one in the northeast of England, so it is confusing. Just past the Needle's Eye is this cave. This is interesting for me. I haven't brought any gear. I'm not going to venture too far. But last time I was here, I found some sciencey stuff. Somebody somewhere was doing research, but you'll notice the colour of the rocks. They are all sorts of different shades of green, red, and the red's a good sign. There's some sort of, what's going on there. I have 3 miles of coastline to explore. So look at some more funky rocks. Morning. So far, all I've seen this morning is me and dog walkers. And if I had a dog, this place would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Looks like it's going to be hard work to sort of get around it. So I'm not the smallest of people. And as you can see, it's a wee bit narrow. But despite the fact it looks like it's a dead end, it's not. So I'm going to see if I can turn my torch on. Let's just a sec. There we go. So, yes, this is another thing to explore. Again, this looks a bit scarier than the other one. It's so hard doing this sort of stuff. Oh dear, it's so hard. Back to the explore. So the next thing we're going to go and see is Saltpan Rocks and Fisher's Seat. Now this really is something art from Michi made. And Sandyhills Bay itself doesn't have anything of interest for us, but at either side, where the cliff is, or the cliff face is where there is interesting stuff. So you can sort of see the angle of the rocks. Everything's like it's been hit with a hairdryer or something. How all the rocks are sort of at this sort of angle. It's also really interesting to see. You can see where the sea comes to, because you get it's darker at the bottom of some of these rocks and lighter at the top. But yes, up there is Bert's Bench, which will make absolutely no sense to anybody. Not sense to me. So there's the potential for radioactive minerals here. Which I need to go and explore. The GM wasn't doing much when I came through before, but it's localised to a few veins. It'll take some finding. Plus, these rocks are scattered everywhere, as you can see. And this is what I mean by alien, Prometheus and all that sort of stuff. It's crazy. Just how much these stones have been eroded. Some survived, some didn't, but they stayed fast.
Our first stop on this radioactive adventure is Fisher's Seat and Saltpan Rocks, two of the most striking features along Sandyhills Bay. These wonderfully zigzag rock formations create an almost alien landscape, as if nature itself decided to carve out a labyrinth of stone. As we explore this otherworldly terrain, we'll be keeping a close eye on our Geiger counter, searching for the signs of the radioactive minerals that have made this coastline so fascinating to scientists, and now to us.
detector. Here we go. As we explore Saltpan Rocks and Fisher's Seat, it's not just the striking geology that catches our attention, it's the radioactivity. Let's take a closer look at the data. This map shows radiation readings across the area ranging from less than 0.1 microsieverts to up to 1 microsievert. What's fascinating is how the radioactivity isn't evenly spread, it's concentrated in specific zones. At both Saltpan Rocks and at Fisher's Seat we see a pattern with hotspots reaching up to 1 microsievert in 2 specific areas. These concentrations tell us that the radioactive minerals here aren't just randomly scattered, they're tied to the geology, likely following ancient fractures or veins where uranium and other minerals were deposited millions of years ago.
Leaving Saltpan Rocks behind, we headed west along the beach, following the coastline to a small hidden cove known as Cat's Clough. This secluded spot is a treasure trove of geological wonders. We took a moment to soak in the stunning views out to the Solway Firth, where the sea meets the sky in a breathtaking horizon. Nearby we found remnants of a long-gone fishing industry, a quiet reminder of the people who once relied on this coastline for their livelihood. As we explored the rocks along the cliff face, our Geiger counter picked up low but noticeable levels of radioactivity ranging from 0.3 to 0.4 microsieverts. It's not a huge spike, but it's enough to tell us that there's something interesting going on beneath the surface. But it's the rocks that really steal the show here. The variety of colours is incredible, from deep greys and greens to a striking deep red that we imagine could be hematite. Each layer tells a story and we're here to uncover as much of it as we can. So let's keep moving, there's more to discover along this incredible coastline. Our next stop along the coast is Piper's Cove, a place steeped in legend and mystery. This hidden gem has inspired countless stories over the years, from tales of smugglers' stashes to the haunting legend of a piper who ventured into the cave, playing his pipes as he went, only to disappear forever. Some say the cave is a secret passage leading miles inland, even underwater, to places like Orchardton Tower, or a chamber beneath the local church where 1,000 ghostly pipers await Scotland's hour of need. But beyond the folklore, Piper's Cove has a tangible history. Evidence suggests it was used as a copper mine in the 19th century, with signs of modern blasting hinting at more recent activity. The cave itself is a mix of natural and mined passages, stretching about 115 metres into the cliffs. Inside you'll find a waterfall, a flooded well and walls of sandy red rock that tell the story of its geological past. For our exploration, we brought a UV torch to search for the telltale fluorescence of radioactive minerals, like green or yellow glows. Sadly, we didn't see much, and our Geiger counter stayed close to background levels, but what we lacked in radioactivity we made up for in sheer wonder. The cave is filled with fascinating minerals, including quartz near the entrance, and the eerie beauty of the place is something we won't forget soon. And no, we didn't hear any ghostly pipers, but the legends of Piper's Cove will stay with us long after we've left its shadowy depths. Our journey along the coast brought us to the iconic Needle's Eye, a stunning natural rock arch that stands the testament to the power of erosion and time. While the arch itself held no radioactive secrets, for us, just to the west we made a discovery that made the entire trip worthwhile. These dramatic arches are more than just stunning landmarks, they're a window into the power of nature. Formed by the relentless action of the sea and weathering, they began as sea caves carved into the cliffs over thousands of years. As the waves pounded the rock, they slowly eroded the softer layers, leaving behind the harder, more resistant stone. Over time, the caves were hollowed out further until only their naked entrances remained, creating the breathtaking arches we see today. It's a reminder that this coastline is constantly changing, shaped by the forces of wind, water, and time. As we explore, we're not just uncovering radioactive secrets, we're witnessing the ongoing story of the Earth itself. Nestled inside a strange, spongy green rock face, we found a blood-red mineral peppered with dark black crystals. Based on its appearance and location, we'd be very surprised if this wasn't uraninite, a primary uranium-bearing mineral. Alongside it, we found plenty of quartz and breccia, adding to the geological richness of the site. This is exactly the kind of find we'd been hoping for, a clear, undisputed vein of uranium-bearing minerals. It's a reminder that sometimes the most exciting discoveries are just hiding around the corner, or in this case, just beyond the Needle's Eye. As you can see from the map, our Geiger counter registered over 1 microsievert for the first time on this trip. This isn't just a number, it's a milestone. For us, it's a sign that we're on the right track, closing in on the radioactive secrets hidden along this coastline. Could this be a hint of even higher readings to come? We'll have to keep exploring to find out. Every spike on the Geiger counter tells a story, and this one is just the beginning. Let's see where the trail leads us next. The final leg of our journey was one of patience and discovery. Just a few yards past the Needle's Eye, our Geiger counter began to chatter, a sign of slightly raised activity. It was a perfect excuse to pause, take in the rugged beauty of the coastline, and enjoy a well-earned break. And who better to share it with than our adventurous companion, Bert the Hedgehog? Bert didn't just join us for a picnic, he decided to test out his banana boat on the beach, and even tried his hand at a bit of rock hounding. After all, why should humans have all the fun? But the geological adventure wasn't over yet. Our final stop was Brandy Cove, a place steeped in history and geological wonder. It didn't take long to find a few patches of rock emitting 2 to 3 times background radiation, a positive start. Yet we knew that there was more to uncover. Research had hinted at one last vein hidden somewhere in this rocky labyrinth. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, we found it. The vein was exactly where the reports had suggested, a testament to the virtues of patience and perseverance. As the Geiger counter spiked, we couldn't help but feel a sense of triumph. This wasn't just about finding radioactive minerals, it was about the journey, the challenges, and the stories we'd uncovered along the way. Looking back over the entire western coastline, we realised that this expedition had given us so much more than we'd expected. Yes, we'd found the radioactive veins we were searching for, but we'd also discovered a landscape of incredible diversity. Every step had revealed something new. Millions of years ago, this coastline was a battleground of geological forces. The rocks you can see here, towering cliffs, jagged outcrops, and dramatic shear zones, tell the story of a violent transformation. Around Brandy Cove, the rocks collided, creating a massive fault zone that dips steeply to the southeast. This collision shattered the rock, leaving behind brecciated cliffs and sheared plains that stretch along the coast. In some places, the shearing is so intense that the rock is stained with copper and iron, while vertical quartz-cemented breccia cut through the cliffs like scars. These breccia are filled with uranium-bearing veins, a reminder of the radioactive secrets hidden deep within. What you are seeing here is the result of millions of years of folding, faulting, and metamorphism. A dramatic snapshot of Earth's incredible power. And as we explore, we're not just uncovering radioactive minerals, we're walking through a chapter of our planet's history. So, as we packed up our gear and bid farewell to Brandy Cove, we couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement for what lay ahead. The uranium hunter's journey is far from over, and we can't wait to share the next chapter with you. In our next video, we're heading east of Sandyhills Bay, where a whole new world of discovery awaits. We'll leap over the marshes to the ancient rock pillar of Lot's Wife, uncover the secrets of Brandy Cove and Steps Vein, said to be the most radioactive spot on the coast. But what about the star of the show, the other Needle's Eye? Join us as we continue our journey along the Southwick Coast, uncovering the secrets of this ancient landscape one rock at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of the adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious and remember to chase the glow.